Why did you do it?
I'm indecisive whenever there's someone new. Can't tell if I should block them or just let them through. The moments we're together, everything is cool. But at this point in life, I don't know what to do. I gotta know when to stay and when I should go. Learn my lesson a while ago. Where I'll end up, nobody knows. Should take it slow, move with caution along this road. Could be dangerous, I don't know. But at this time, I'm just trying to pick up the vibe. I feel like it feels right this time. Maybe not, I can't quite decide. But at this time, maybe I should just live my life. Let it go and enjoy the ride. Maybe not, I can't quite decide. Keep calm when the wind blows. I know everything gonna work out, so I aim up high when it feels low.
Hello everybody, I'm Thomas. Welcome back to another solo playthrough video of my Fallout 2d20 series, following the adventures of Lilith, her quest to become the Raider Queen, and her trusty companion VRAM that has been by her side since day one of, her fixing him up. But yeah, we're gonna continue this today. Should be a good time. Not gonna be a crazy long stream. Probably like 2 hours max. Got some stuff going on later today, so I need to... Got a bit of a time, a time commitment? I got a commitment. Yeah, but hope everybody's doing good. Happy Friday. I'm getting a little crazy. I got a Baja Blast open. Hopefully audio and video sounds good. I was testing it beforehand, and it seemed like there was a weird audio lag, so hopefully that's working good. If not, that's gonna suck. Yeah, let me know if audio and video sound good once, people start coming in. But yeah, I don't want to dilly-dally too much because I want to get stuff done today. I want to make some story happen. I want to progress the story. So yeah. Let me make sure everything's running good. I think I stopped doing that because I think that messes it up on your screen too. Just so used to using my handy-dandy Mac shortcuts that just screws stuff up. I think it's fine. Oh, the music's still probably loud. Whoops. There we go. That should be better-ish, hopefully. Let me know. But yeah, so today, the plan is simple. We're just picking up where we left off. Which we left off with a bit of a cliffhanger. As you can see in Foundry, it has been 62 days since my last playthrough. So it's been a bit. Admittedly, I always mean to return to these series more often, and then I just don't. I'm playing other stuff. But I'm going to try to make it more of a habit to try to return to this and my Forbidden Land series at least once a month, because also it's like, when 2 months goes by, I start to forget what happened, so I had to go back and rewatch some of my previous playthrough. Yeah, we left on a bit of a cliffhanger. So a quick recap of what kind of has been going on. So Lilith traveled into Boston, was trying to just get some supplies for fixing up the chemical stations at the castle, which is where the Neon Maruaders are headquartered. And in the process of doing so, she encountered somebody that knew her, so I think what was the whole circumstance? Let me see. I think it was scene 3. So we got everything we needed, but then yeah, while in Boston, they wanted to ask around about more information about the current doings of the Green Monsters, which is one of the main factions organized in Diamond City and whatnot here in the Great Commonwealth, right? I almost call it the Capital Wasteland. That's not correct. So she did that. On the way back, their VRAM picked up a radio signal from the broadcast tower that was only static before, and now it's messages targeting the Neon Maruaders, and that wasn't a great thing to hear. So Lilith got a party together. Her and VRAM and a couple of the other Neon Maruaders started figuring out a plan. Decided to take Circuit and Ghost along, who are two of the higher-up members at the Neon Maruaders. We had to go through the salvage yard to get to because it's this radio tower here. So we had to go through Big John's salvage yard, which of course we fought a Deathclaw. defeated it, not too bad. Ran into some woman named Jane that was part of the Iron Reapers, and we kind of killed her because we don't really like the Iron Reapers right now. Got to the radio tower, there are like turrets outside, had to kill the turrets. And then once we did that, like a Brotherhood of Steel Paladin came out, took down them, went inside, there was a scribe, killed them. Stayed to watch for more Iron Reapers, nothing really happened, but the power went out at the station at some point. So we're like, okay, it's kind of weird. So Lilth and VRAM went back to the base, encountered some like rad stags and fireworks, but eventually made it back. After making it back, kind of rested up, regrouped, and then trying to figure out more info on the Iron Reapers. And at some point, some guy named Talbot came by the castle just asking for food, claiming not to be part of a faction. I don't know if I really believe him, but we don't know much about the Iron Reapers. We know that their location is like somewhere, here in South Boston. I wrote Coast Guard Pier. I don't know. Over here, I think, is where we kind of determined their base is. And we know that Harlan is in charge, but we don't know if Harlan is at the base or not. And so I think after that, we were like, okay. I think we were going to go back to the station and then to their headquarters. But then near the salvage yard, we encountered some scientists that were selling some art from last session. Outside of the radio tower, we encountered 4 Iron Reapers. I killed them. And one of them had a paper on them about plans for the tower, which we didn't fully pin down what exactly those plans were, but I made the determination that it had nothing to do with like what happened the previous night. Like, it's stuff to come. And then we made it to the radio tower, but then we saw something, as Mythic put it, what was it, helplessly disagreeable, which I interpreted it as we see an Iron Reaper flag hanging from the tower, which is not great because they were the ones that were running the tower, and then we took it over, and then we left Ghost and Circuit at the tower to kind of keep watch over it as Lilith and VRAM went back to base and kind of regrouped. And then as upon returning to the tower, we see this big old Iron Reaper flag hanging from the tower. It's not a great sign. And that's kind of where we left off, is what was going on with the flag. I kind of liked that ending because I think I talked about this last session, that it kind of leaves a couple of options open. We're going to figure out which one is true. But, did the Iron Reapers kill Ghost and Circuit and put up the flag? Did they kidnap them? Put up the flag? Did they not even enter the building and they just put up the flag outside without doing anything inside? Maybe Ghost and Circuit have no idea. Maybe Ghost and Circuit found the flag inside and then put it up outside, maybe as a joke, maybe as like a defense, maybe as like a trap. I feel like there's a lot of options on what's gonna happen. So that's where we're picking up. That's pretty much the whole story so far in a brief. There's a good amount of Lilith's backstory, and we got some other factions that we haven't even really messed with yet. Scientist Guild we haven't done anything with, really. Wasteland Formers Coalition, nothing really. Rust Devils we haven't encountered too much. We just mainly clashed over them with like parts, because we're both salvagers, so that's kind of the main issue. But yeah, Iron Reapers were really starting to get into a bit of a territorial battle, it seems like. And this radio tower, which I thought was just going to be a little like, I thought it was just going to be a fun thing, and I even think I made a thread about doing something with the radio tower, and this turned to be a big old thing. So my goal today is to hopefully finish the radio tower arc. We'll see what's going on with the flag, what the status of Ghost and Circuit are, and kind of go from there. Maybe we can also really kind of put into place what the note was that the Iron Reaper that we killed not too long ago outside of the tower had on them, that was like discussing like future plans. Like I said, I didn't anticipate this radio tower being a big thing, but it seems like it is, especially for the Iron Reapers, and now I kind of want to know why. And I kind of alluded to this last time, but maybe the radio tower isn't the important thing. Maybe there's a crazy secret lab in the basement of the radio tower. There's something else that's like not necessarily with the radio tower itself, but like maybe the location, it's like near a vault or something, or maybe it's got a map. Like, I don't know. It could be a lot of things, right? And that's pretty much where we're at. Scene 11. We rolled up to the radio tower. It's 4:30 p.m. It was actually have the time at 5:30. So I guess it started at 4:30, took an hour, and then that's where we left off. So it's later in the evening. And yeah, we're rolling up to the tower. So let me take a quick sip here, and we'll figure out what exactly is going on. Oh, let me switch music real fast. Get to... There we go. The chill stream beats. Okay. So I am really curious at what's going on with this tower. Obviously I have a number of ideas, but I don't know which is the right one. I don't know which it will be. We're going to just leave it up to Mythic. So we're going to start with good old scene 12. Let's create just a brand new scene. We'll copy over just this. So it's still summer 4. We've only gone like a couple of days so far. It's kind of fun, but whatever. We're getting a lot of stuff done. Lots of stuff's happening. We're at the radio tower. So we'll create a new journal entry for scene 12. Chaos factor. So last scene was just fixing up VRAM, which I think we were pretty much able to do, because VRAM took some hits in that last battle. It's like one arm is messed up. He's got a loss of health. Still got a good amount of health, but lost some, one injury. Lilith is looking good. No injuries, just a little bit of health lost. I think like our probably hopefully doing good on like ammo. I think at one point I was starting to run well on fusion cells, but I just grabbed some from base, which that's another thing I know I talked about. I want to at some point get to buying the settlement or the settlers expansion for Fallout2d20, because I really I want to mess with the whole settlement management system. I haven't gotten around to that yet, but I think I'm going to try to, I think I've said this for the last 2 sessions, but I'm really going to try to buy it here soon. I also want to buy the atomic bonds because I heard that has good encounter balancing in it. And read those before, you know, and then within the next month before our next session. You know, that is, as the story keeps going, who knows, maybe this radio tower self-destructs and it's a story over. That would be a bummer, but you know what, you never know. So anyway, scene 11, not much happened. I don't feel like it warrants the chaos factor being adjusted. I mean, if anything, were we in control? That's the question. Were the characters in control? We fixed up VRAM, we got to the tower, we see a flag of the Iron Reapers. It's bad. Does that mean we're necessarily in control? I would say no, so I don't know. I'm a little uncertain, and whenever I feel that, I just leave the chaos factor as is. If I don't feel strongly one way or another, kind of just leave it as it is. It's probably fine. So we'll quickly roll for a scene alteration. So we are creating a new scene. Uh-oh, that's something. Scene is altered. Okay, so not a random event, but altered. What was the expected scene? So I guess the expected scene was going up to the radio tower and doing some just investigation outside, seeing if we see signs of a fight, signs of forced entry, what's with the flag, are there Iron Reapers, on the other side of the building that we're not on, that we just can't see right now. So I imagine it's probably Lilith and VRAM kind of cautiously approaching the radio tower to kind of look around, see what the situation is before trying to go inside and check on Ghost and Circuit. And so clearly that's altered somehow. So that was my kind of expected scene, and that's not quite what's going to happen. But it's not a random event, so it's not like, a Yao Guai is going to come out and just start tearing us to shreds. Let's see. Scene adjust. I'm trying to think of what I want to roll to maybe get... We'll go with actions. Get a little bit of action. I don't know if this is really what will help here, but sometimes scene alteration, I'm not the best at coming up with stuff. Easy burden. Easy burden. So the scene's not going to go quite as I expected. It's slightly altered. An easing of burden. I mean, I kind of take that to mean that this flag situation isn't as bad as it seems. Well, easy burden, easy burden. Like, I'm my gut reaction is like, after like poking around the tower, we see like Ghost and Circuit outside and they're fine. But then that's kind of just it for the flag situation, which is fine. You know, it doesn't have to be a big thing. It was just a little bit of a cliffhanger. Easy bird. Maybe I'll just ask Mythic. So I'll say, is the alteration that I see Ghost and Circuit outside? I'm gonna say it's very likely. It's kind of what makes the most sense given the context, but it's not for certain. Yes, it is that we see them outside. Are they alive? I think with the exceptional yes, I'm gonna say it's very likely that they're alive and we don't just see like their dead bodies, but it could be. Okay. No, we're good. Okay. That's bad. This is not what I wanted to. I maybe should have thought more about that roll before I did that roll, but now we're here. You know, I like trying to roll with Mythic as much as I can, so I asked, are they alive? And I got no. I mean, there's not very much to that. So maybe the ease of burden is that, yeah, we see them, but they're dead. And that's just not a good spot to be in. Okay. Damn. That sucks. Rip Ghost and Circuit, I guess. Go over there to loot them. No, I'm just joking. Okay, well maybe we'll have who's more perceptive. We need to do like a perception, maybe like a survival check. I just want to see if there's anybody around, make sure there's no one like watching us, and then as we can maybe try to approach the radio tower and go in and I don't know, kick some butt, because that's kind of messed up if they killed those two. I mean, I don't know what else would have happened. There's an Iron Reaver flag outside, and two of my companions are outside, just their dead bodies just chilling there. I mean, it could even be a little bit more grotesque that they like, you know, the flag is hanging and they're like, you know, hung up on like, they're like tied onto the radio tower, like their dead bodies as like a way to indicate like, don't come here, don't mess with us. I'm gonna do like a perception, but there's no like straight perception check. I think a survival check. Just do like difficulty 2. I'll grab an extra dice just to make sure. Do difficulty 2 survival check, but maybe we'll switch the attribute for perception because I kind of just want to look around, see if I see any signs of anybody outside, anything. All right, I will re-roll 1. All right. Well, I guess also VRAM could be helping, so we'll add in 1 extra dice, but I don't know how much that's gonna help here. So it's attribute 7, skill 2, 1 dice for VRAM. Okay, with both of them, with the help action, we barely succeed. Let me ask Mythic, do we spot anybody outside? I'm just gonna leave it unsure because I'm unsure, and I don't know. Yes, we do. So maybe it's an exceptional yes. So in the case that we spot them before they spot us, so we do have the element of surprise on our hand. And what I imagine is they probably have, let me ask Mythic. I mean, first off, are we able to tell, I gotta phrase my question carefully. Are we able to tell whether the person we see is part of the Iron Reapers? Can we make that, like, can we tell what faction they're from? Which I would say is very likely. It seems like a lot of these people in factions have pretty unique like colors or stuff that they wear. Yes, we can determine that. So then let's ask the other question: is this person part of the Iron Reapers? Which I'm gonna go nearly certain. Let's see though. No. Okay. Wow. Mythic's really throwing some curveballs today. Okay, so we see someone on the roof. We'll say that they have like a sniper, some sort of like, you know, long like hunting rifle or something, a more long range weapon to kind of be a bit of a sniper. And we can tell we see them before they see us. They must be looking the other direction right now. We see the flag outside. We see the 2 dead bodies of our companions. And we can tell what faction they are. And we know that they're not Iron Reapers, which is really interesting. So either A, Iron Reapers have teamed up with one of the other factions, or this is another faction acting kind of as the Iron Reapers, which would be also pretty interesting. Like, wait, what if they took over the tower? They know how important it is to the Iron Reapers, and then they put up the flag just to, like, maybe try to lure in more Iron Reapers, be like, hey, look, it's safe. Look, we got your flag outside. And the second they, like, walk up, like, oh, cool, we got the radio tower back. Someone shoots them, right? I think it could be something like that as well. That's kind of what I'm leaning more towards. But it could be that they teamed up with the Iron Reapers. And right now, there's no good way to make that determination. So, okay. There's someone on the roof of the tower. 2 Neon Marauder companions are dead. We're not in a great situation. As far as long-ranged weapons, I mean, VRAM is pretty much a melee-only kind of fellow. I guess, I mean, VRAM does have a couple of things. Got flamer attachment, does have some weapons they picked up. Combat rifle, laser gun, pipe gun. I don't think I have ammo for any of those, though. Lilith has her trusty laser gun and laser musket. Musket can shoot further, so that would maybe be a good thing. If VRAM could kind of get close, Lilith shoots, and then VRAM kind of tries to, like, flank while she's, like, distracting the guy on the roof. I don't know. Something like that, right? I think could be pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna mess up the screen for a second. Well, maybe I don't have to. Hold on. Okay, no, we're good. Give me 1 second. Double check something real quick here. Okay. Well, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it now. Okay. Well, we actually, you know what? I took the time. I'm gonna just real quick go through this. This will take me like 2 seconds. It like signed me out of my account, my like YouTube account. I want to make sure. Okay. Hopefully we're still good. I hope that didn't like mess up the stream. I don't think it did. I think we're okay. Hopefully. Surely. Okay, so back to it. Let me go back to OBS so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we've already kind of figured out a lot in these first few minutes. So now it's just trying to figure out. So I guess we made the determination that we can tell which faction this person is with. I think we got pretty much 4 main factions. There's us, and then our 3 kind of rival factions. There's other ones for sure, but the ones that I think they wouldn't be pairing with the Farmers Coalition or the Scientist Guild, right? I think the Iron Reapers are either pairing with the Rust Devils or the Green Monsters. I would say probably the Green Monsters, but Rust Devils haven't really been in this story much, so it might be kind of fun to start adding them in the mix. Especially because I don't really know what their deal is. I mean, I kind of know what their deal is, but like I said, we haven't really encountered them much. So let me ask Mythic, is the person on the roof associated with the Rust Devils? And if we get no as the answer, then I will just assume it's Green Monsters. So are they a part of the Rust Devils? They are. Okay. So we spot someone on roof with rifle appearing to be a part of Rust Devils. Right. And then, so Circuit and Ghost are dead outside the tower. Person on roof doesn't see us yet. Okay, great. Just gotta keep these bullet points just so I remember, and I like keeping a little bit of a journal. Okay, so I think the plan now is I might have to have VRAM. We're gonna try to take out this person on the roof. They killed Ghost and Circuit, 2 of the highest members of the Neon Marauders. That's kind of a huge blow to morale. Lilith's probably pretty crushed and wants revenge now. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have VRAM make a sneak 2. I think just a 2 difficulty is just like a good baseline. Roll an extra dice to try to kind of flank around the building. How is he gonna get? He has like jet propulsion, but I don't know if that can make him like fly. Like, that makes him hover, but could he go like up a building? Could Mr. Handy Bot go up a ladder? I don't know. Maybe there's stairs. But let's see if he can sneak around to kind of get into a position without being noticed. Okay, not a great first roll, but we did get a success, so I will spend a luck point to re-roll that 17, and we do get another success. So thankfully, VRAM, though a bit battered and weathered right now, the arm is not doing too good, manages to kind of stealthily avoid the contact, the gaze of whoever's on the roof, and sneaks around the back of the building. Still hasn't taken notice to Lilith or VRAM yet, so Lilith gets into position, swaps out her laser musket, because it has a little bit better range, and will take a shot at this person on the roof. Real quick, let me add some tokens and stuff. We got VRAM, and we got Lilith, and I need to get a token for this person. Probably just make him like a raid or something. I don't know. I need to like start making like some more custom tokens. So it'd be kind of cool. Like a raider veteran. There's only one of them, so we can make him like a little bit higher up. They're level 8. Is that good? I kind of don't have. I have a thing that I use for balancing encounters, and I don't know if that's level 8. Seems like a lot, but it's 120 XP. I think that's manageable. You know what, we'll go with it. The raider veteran is who's on the roof, and so we're all going to enter initiative, but we will definitely say that Lilith will get a surprise round to attack to kind of start out the initiative. So we'll actually hop to Lilith first, who will be, like I said, she pulled out her laser musket. She would definitely, as her minor action, be taking aim and then shooting away. So I'm going to spend an action point. I want to make sure this hits. Let's roll for it. I might need to go grab my book, but we'll see. I meant to grab that beforehand. Okay, 2 successes. Because sometimes the defense in this isn't super accurate. I'm going to be right back for 1 second. Also, I think my be right back screen is not correct. Yeah, no, we're not playing Palm Island, Palm Laboratory. Oops. This never happened. Okay, when I grab my book, this will take me like 20 seconds. Okay, got the book. Flipping through it, trying to... Oh, that's the wrong thing. Okay, I'm glad that didn't, like, break everything. Hold on. There we go. We're back. We are so back. Let me double check this. Sometimes these defense ratings on some of these characters aren't super accurate. I just want to double check before we get into this big, long combat with this person on the roof. Of course, now I can't find the raiders to save my life. There's robots, super mutants, synths. There we go past them. Synths. Turrets. Brotherhood of Steel. Here we go, raiders. Here we go. Oh, it is the one I had bookmarked. Way to go. Okay, raider veteran does have a defense of 1. Okay, so that is correct. Weapons, they have combat rifle. Is that what they have? They have that. Okay, so it looks like we're good here. So that does hit. Lilith takes aim with her laser musket and manages to land a hit on this poor fellow on the roof. And does 4 damage to their... Oh, wait. Why did I... Wait, did Lilith completely miss? Wait, I think I was looking at the sneak roll. Wait. Lilith completely missed. I get 1 free reroll. So I shouldn't have even... Oh, but that... Now that hits. Yeah, okay. And we bank an extra action point back. Okay, now I'll roll damage. I think I'd already spent the ammo, but we'll just... Okay, that's better damage. I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay, so we still hit them in the left leg. Left leg, we double check their armor is correct. They have 2 physical, 2 energy everywhere. So... But this does have piercing 1. So it does... Normally it do 6 damage. But then it reduces down to 4. So it does 5. It does 5 damage. Sorry, I had to think about that. Okay, so this person's just on the roof, completely unaware. All of a sudden, this lightning, this laser just shoots across the field towards this guy, hits him right in the left leg, and that's enough to cause a critical injury, which is very fun. I don't know how to do critical injury. Let's see, left leg. Do I just put like 1 here or something? Yeah, they got a critical injury, which also means bad stuff happens for them. It's been a bit since I played, so I need to refresh my rules real fast on what the critical injury... I mean, I think for the leg, it's just you like fall prone or something, and then you have to take an action to get up, but this will only take me a second to find. Radiation damage, critical hits. Leg, you immediately fall prone. You cannot take the sprint action. Your move action is now major action, so that's fine because they're probably not going to be moving on the roof. They're basically a sniper. So okay, boom, she shoots, hits him in the leg, he goes down, and now we're into the initiative proper. So I imagine they're knocked prone. They would take... I know I also need to double check something, but I know like when you're prone, there's some penalties and some boosts to your attack skills. I forget what's what. So let me see if I can find this real fast. If not a huge deal, but I would. Okay, prone. When you're prone, you can crawl, move action. When you're prone, enemies at medium range or further add +1 difficulty against you. When you're prone, enemies at close range reduce it. So enemies at medium range add +1. So it's harder to hit them when they're prone. That makes sense. It doesn't affect their attack, though. So I imagine this raider, after getting hit in the leg, this Rust Devil member, I guess we determined, swings his combat rifle around, gets a lock on where the shot came from, spots Lilith, and takes a shot with their gun. And we'll spend an action point since Lilith spent an action point. It's only fair. It's only fair. Oh boy, do they hit. Oh boy, poor Lilith, because she has a defensive 1, so they just banked 3 action points. This is gonna hurt. Combat rifle has a high rate of 2, which means they can roll 2 extra dice, which they absolutely will. Sorry, Lilith, you are getting hit in the head for 2 damage, which isn't too bad because she has her, was it like a helmet on? The combat, whatever it is, the combat helmet. Yeah, that's 2 physical protection. So the guy gets a line on her, shoots his combat rifle, and it hits her right in the helmet. You know, kind of jars her, but it doesn't actually do any damage. And now it's back to Lilith. Lilith will... She'll just keep where she's at. She'll take aim with her minor action, shoot with her main action, spend an action point to get an extra dice roll. Even though she only needs 1 success, but let's just lock it in. That's 2 successes. She did take aim, so might as well re-roll. We got it. It's not like we can make it too much worse. Famous last words. So we did get an extra success, bank an action point. She could shoot her laser musket. I didn't check. What is the fire rate of a laser musket? Probably not much, right? It's 0. Okay, so I can't add any extra bullets. That's fair. I'm already shooting with 7, so I'm totally fine with that. So Lilith will fire back as this exchange goes on. That's a lot of damage. This is hitting him in the left arm for 7 damage with 1 piercing. So it's going to do 6 damage total to their left arm. So -6. They're down to basically half health. Pretty good. VRAM hasn't even gone yet. They don't even know about this robot that's about to sneak up behind him and just slice him with a chainsaw. Great. So also left arm taking 6 damage is enough for a critical injury. Does a combat rifle take 2 hands to use? That is the question. I don't know if that's a quality or a thing that's actually... I would think so. I don't know if that's a thing in this game, like 1 or 2-handed weapons. But I would feel like a combat rifle. You kind of can't just wield that with one hand. I'm trying to figure out, if their one arm is busted now, normally what happens is anything you're holding, you drop. So we'll say they don't drop the combat rifle, but maybe they got to add +1 difficulty to their rolls just to make it fair. I don't know if that's fair, but we'll do that. So, okay, so Lilith fires back, hits the raider right in the left arm. His arm slumps down. He's holding onto the rifle with his right arm. And now it's VRAM's turn. Oh boy, VRAM is going to spend, let's see, probably a minor action just to move, I think. Because he should be pretty in position right behind the building, but he'll still need to use his minor action probably to move. We'll say there's stairs at the back, just because it's easier. We'll say there's stairs that VRAM could kind of float up as a minor action, and then swing with his buzzsaw as his main action. So we're not going to add... we'll add a dice. We want to make sure this hits. This guy's pretty close to dead. This might finish him. VRAM did not aim, didn't have the minor action to do so, but 2 successes is a hit. We bank an action point, and we're going to be swinging with the buzzsaw, which I think we have some traits. So oh boy, okay, hold on. Yikes. So when you inflict any damage with a melee, you can spend a luck point to inflict a critical hit. I could inflict a critical hit on their right leg. What was the other one? Piercing strike? No, what was the other thing? Was it intense? Yeah, maybe it was Slayer is what I was thinking of, which is good, but... so we're doing 6 damage to their right leg with 1 piercing. So that means, once again, 1 gets blocked. So that's still 5 damage to their right leg. So they were already prone, but now they're prone again as this sneaky little Mr. Handy robot floats up behind him, spins up the the buzzsaw arm attachment, just slices through his right leg. This guy's looking rough, and Lilith is not happy. She wants to finish him off. She is very angry about what happened to Ghost and Circuit. So it's back to this Raider's turn. They're panicking now because they're not doing good. They can't go anywhere. They're prone. They got a robot with a buzzsaw next to them. They got someone else in the field shooting lasers at them. So their options are to either try to fight VRAM. Do they call for help? Does anybody come outside during all of this? Because at this point, there's already been some exchange of gunfire. Let me ask Mythic, does anybody from the radio tower come outside? I'm going to say unlikely. Because if there's this person that's supposed to keep watch, like maybe they're just shooting, they're doing their job, right? If they hear gunshots outside, they know that that person's doing their job. But maybe not. Maybe they hear all the gunshots and decide to come help. So does anybody come outside? No, not at the moment, at least. We'll say the Raider drops their combat rifle, grabs a machete from their sheath, and a last-ditch attempt swings it at VRAM, absolutely spending an action point to slice this robot open. Let's see if they do it. They don't have a minor action, because we'll say it took a minor action to drop their weapon, unsheath their machete. So 1 success is enough, though, so we're going to do some extra damage. And we'll spend at least another action point to do some extra damage. I don't want to spend all the Overseer action points, but this feels like a pretty good time to do so. So 2 damage coming at the torso of VRAM. Luckily, VRAM has the standard plating armor, so that does block 2 of it, but he will be taking 1 damage, bringing him down to 9 health, so not too bad. And it is now Lilith's turn, and I guess since this guy is prone, I probably should have been adding extra difficulty to her tests, so I will do that now. She takes aim with her musket, sees this guy laying on the ground next to VRAM, and tries to shoot at him to finish him off, because she is still just pretty furious. She's not too happy about what's been going on. She needed 2 successes. She got 3. That banks an action point. She can roll for damage, laser musket. Yeah, this dude, I think, is dead, because that was another 6 damage with 1 piercing. Well, actually, I've been kind of misplaying the piercing. If anything, I should have been doing it a lot more, because I was just reading damage effects, piercing 1, but then effects 4. That means it happens 4 times. So this actually completely negates their armor, shoots him through the left leg. That's maybe just kind of hanging off the radio roof, because the guy's prone, and Lilth and VRAM just see this guy just slump to the ground. And we're out of initiative. Great for now. We'll see how long that lasts. We quickly, Lilith hops to the top of the building, loots the guy, and they have what on that? Let me double check, because I don't know if they have some stuff, right? I can probably grab all their weapons. Yeah, they would have like the machete, combat rifle, Molotov. Oh, they had a Molotov? I didn't know. Spike armor, combat rifle, machete, and wealth 2. So wealth 2 is just 2d20. So let's grab the caps first, and then we'll figure out the rest. So caps, we get 33. Not bad. So 183 plus 33 is what, 216? Hopefully that math's somewhat right. We also, before I forget, we get some XP. Get 120. So that bumps us up to... Well, for Lilith, we're at 2378. So that's... Why is my brain? It's 2498. 2498. Yes. So we're still like 300 XP away from leveling up for Lilith. VRAM, on the other hand, is lower XP, so he's up to 1355. Cool. Great. Fun stuff. The gear, yeah, we could grab it. Why not? I'll just give it to VRAM. I'm kind of making him like my pack mule. He's just kind of grabbing everything, but he can hold a lot, so it's fine. Here he has a machete and a combat rifle, so we're just adding to it. All right, so that is that. And Raiders taken out. So, okay, so we're on the roof. I think what Lilith and VRAM are going to do now, we first just delete the tokens off the map. Defeated, whatever this, the Rust Devil Sniper is just what I'm going to call them. So real quick, we got the basic loot off them, right? Like the stuff that's in the book. Do we find anything else worth interest or noting on them? Any notes, plans, passphrases to get inside, contracts that they were hired by the Iron Reaper, stuff like that? Do we find anything of interest? I'm gonna go with unlikely, but we'll leave a chance. We do find something of interest. So what do we find? Let's go with Mythic. An object. Let's go with just object. Sure. What do we get? Solitary and majestic. Okay, let's get another object. That was, that's an answer. That's something. What is with solitary? Okay, clearly this is... The solitary and majestic and cute and solitary. So clearly Mythic really wants me to use this word solitary, which I don't really know how that describes like an object once you're talking about like a solitary. I'm rolling one more time. If I get solitary again, then it's in the dice. I have to work with it, but okay. Unpleasant and hard. These aren't great. Maybe scavenge. Let me try this one real fast. I'm just trying to get some ideas, Okay, I'm already liking this better. Travel and concealment. I love it. We're going with that one. I should have used the scavenge one before. It's fine. There's so many different Mythic tables and so many different ways to use them. It's kind of just have to wing it sometimes. So travel and concealment. Let me just delete these other ones because they were confusing to me and I couldn't think of anything. Travel and concealment. So That kind of makes me believe that maybe we find like the papers, what they were hired by the Iron Reapers to like remain undercover and to travel to the radio tower. Which clearly they probably weren't that undercover if we were able to spot them and tell that they were part of the Rust Devils. So that's but maybe they like traveled here in secrecy and then like changed into their normal clothes again or whatever. Yeah, so I kind of like that we find papers hiring them to travel to the radio tower secretly to protect it. What to say, to protect it. Okay, so that's dealt with. As after that has all gone down, does anybody come outside? Or is there like a voice inside? Double check it. I'm gonna leave it unsure. I don't know. Does someone come outside? Does someone knock? I'm gonna leave it unsure. I really don't know. I can see an argument either way. No. No one comes out and checks on this guy. This dude's supposed to be a professional, so they're like, if there's anybody inside, which maybe there's not, they're probably just like, we'll leave it to them. So, okay. All right. I think that is pretty good. I think what Lilth and VRAM will do, well, they'll chill for a little bit, maybe just like a little bit of time, try to sit on the roof and just wait. See if anybody comes out, see if anybody comes to the tower, see if you hear anybody inside, just kind of wait and just see what happens, really. And so I think we'll roll up a new scene real fast. So scene 12, that was that. So we're on to scene 13. We are making progress. Haters say I don't make progress. Psh. All right, so 6 p.m. And we will say that the chaos factor definitely goes up. That was a pretty chaotic, especially the fact that like Ghost Circuit died, and it seems like this tower was taken over and all this other stuff. So okay. Maybe we should have formed a better plan. I don't know. This really, well, it's a little, maybe not. She's all out of her element, as well as gonna say, but like she's supposed to be the leader, so this should be right up her alley. So okay, we wait after a half hour. Let me ask a couple questions. So first off, do we hear anybody inside? I don't know. I'm gonna leave it unsure because I genuinely don't know. Could be someone inside, or maybe there's someone inside and we don't hear them. You know, maybe they're sleeping. Maybe they're dead as well. So is there anybody? Do we hear anybody inside? Well, like the half hour waiting. I'm gonna go with, yeah, just unsure, because I don't know. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. We do. Yikes. Okay. It is a radio tower, so maybe we're just hearing radio signals as well. Maybe it doesn't have to be someone's in there. Okay. Other fake question, in this half hour of time we're waiting and just kind of scouting, do we see anybody coming or going from the tower? I'm gonna say unlikely. Yeah, we'll say unlikely, but I don't know. Yes, exceptional yes. Jeez, okay, Mythic. All right, I hear you. Hello there, Ina. Happy gaming. Do we have 2 NPC deaths? Yeah, we kind of lost Ghost and Circuit that were keeping watch at the radio tower. We still don't know exactly what happened, but there was like a sniper on the roof that was hired by the Iron Reapers. That was part of the Rust Devils. We took them out. And we're trying to figure out what the hell is going on in this radio tower, because clearly this is a big hubbub for some reason, and now, you know, Lilith has kind of got herself caught in the middle of it. Though really, I mean, they kind of started it when they started broadcasting messages about the Neon Maruaders talking trash. That was on them. So she did get herself in the middle of it, but it wasn't like that was just it wasn't her own doing, but whatever. Okay, so there was an exceptional yes. So we got a yes that we hear someone or voices inside. We hear something inside. And then we get an exceptional yes that do we see anybody coming or going? Okay. So was it that someone was what would be more likely? I guess I should have asked this as two separate questions. We'll leave this one. I know I said coming or going. We'll say, was anybody like coming to the tower? We get an exceptional yes. Over the half hour, did anybody leave the tower? I'm gonna go very. We're gonna go very unlikely. Did anybody leave the tower? No. Exceptional, no. So we hear someone or something inside. We see that they're at some point in this half hour that we're chilling and kind of waiting and just watching, that there's an exceptional yes that someone does come to the tower. I take the exceptional yes is that's probably like a group of people, maybe. Is it someone Lilth recognizes? That could be too. What if it's the Silver Shroud? We got to deal with them. They're on our character list. What if it's Talbot that we encountered last session? That also could be. Or it could be kind of interesting. What if it was like one of the neutral factions that maybe they are pretty neutral, but have decided to team up with the Iron Reapers? That could be interesting as well. If I see, like, you know, the head of the Scientist Guild going to the radio tower, like that would definitely raise some questions and be interesting. So I almost just want to roll on the NPC list and see what answer we get. Because then we could get Talbot, we could get Silver Shroud. I might have to re-roll if we get like the castle or radio tower. But yeah, let's just roll on the character list. Let's say with the exceptional yes, I like the idea that's it's not just some rando. It's some faction or person that Lilith recognizes. So let's roll on the character list. And it is the Silver Shroud. God damn. Okay. That's fine. Maybe we could deal with this guy now. Lilith has had a few run-ins with the Silver Shroud. This wannabe superhero has caused her some headaches in the past, and she's not a fan. Not a fan. So maybe she can hear some conversations that give Lilith some information. That could be. So we said, yeah, no one has really left the tower, but we see the Silver Shroud walking up to the tower. Is the Silver Shroud with other people? I think it's very likely that they wouldn't be traveling alone. If they were, for example, partnering with the Iron Reapers, I think it's likely that they would be traveling like as a group, maybe. So are they traveling with other people? And the answer is yes. Okay. If the answer came back no, I would probably just start blasting, right? And try to take out the Silver Shroud. But clearly that's not the play. And I think Lilith and VRAM are probably trying to, you know, hide in a way that they wouldn't be seen. This is tough. I don't... Strategic retreat sounds like a smart option if there are more than one or two people. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards right now, because it sounds like there's still people in the tower. The Silver Shroud and more people are coming to the tower. Our two fellow companions are dead. We're not doing too great on health and whatnot. But at the same time, if they don't see us on top of the tower, even if it's a group fight, this could be one of our chances to take out the Silver Shroud. And who knows when that can happen again, you know. Destiny has brought them to our doorstep, and do we back away, or do we face the opportunity and embrace it? That's the question. I mean, I guess it really depends on how much does Lilith dislike the Silver Shroud. Which maybe, I don't know. I've always put it in my mind that she like has had a couple of run-ins and just like the Silver Shroud is foiled like some of the Neon Maruaders plans. Yeah, this is tough. Any grenades? That is a good question. I don't think I have any grenades. That might not be a bad thing to invest in. Yeah, no. I got a flamer attachment, so that might be good for like... I think that would probably hit multiple people because that has the spread condition. So that's something. Um, is the group smaller than 4 people? Is it? I'm gonna say very likely. Is it smaller than 4 people? Exceptional, yes. So it's less than 4 people. So we know it's more than 1. So it's either 2 or it's 3. Like I'm playing like Turing machine here. Okay, if it's not that, it's not this. Okay. Exceptional, yes, it's less than 4 people. So I think that makes me believe it's maybe just 2. So maybe it's just Silver Shroud and then an Iron Reaper member. But maybe it's like, since it is an exceptional yes, that it's a small group, but maybe the Silver Shroud's traveling with like a Brotherhood of Steel Paladin again. Or maybe you have to fight another Brotherhood of Steel Paladin. But the Silver Shroud's right there. We could take them out. It would be so simple because they're probably not like heavily armed, and the Brotherhood of the Steel Paladin, on the other hand, that's gonna be not fun to deal with. Is diplomacy an option at all? Absolutely not. I would say not in this scenario. I mean, Lilith went in there it's essentially in the timeline of the game. The nighttime raid happened last night, that she went in, took out the turrets, killed the Brotherhood of Steel Paladin, killed the scribe, took over the tower, and then at some point during the course of today, they shut down power to the tower, and then the Iron Reapers took it back, and also hired Rust Devils and Silver Shroud to help. Like they got connections, man. They got connections. These Iron Reapers are not to be messed with, I guess. But we're here. They killed 2 of our top members, and Lilith is not gonna just let it slide. And she's not gonna take a diplomatic route. Absolutely not. She can make. She's not opposed to diplomacy from time to time, but this is, I don't think, a scenario. I think we're past that. So I kind of want to shoot at the Silver Shroud. I mean, try to take them out. But then the thing that sucks is we're on a tower. I imagine they're like, I've been kind of picturing this radio tower is kind of like up on a hill in like a forest area. So we could probably see them coming from a distance. Lilith has a musket, so she could shoot pretty long range. The issue is VRAM has pretty much no long range weapons. So for VRAM to be of really any use, he needs to get up close and personal. The other question is, I don't know. I'm gonna double check, but like I really don't know what the Silver Shrouds. This is partially my. I don't know a lot about the Silver Shroud. That's what I was gonna say. I haven't played too much. So I'm gonna look real quick. Like, are they just in a costume? Like, I don't think they would be like heavily armed or anything, but maybe they are. I'm just trying to pull up a picture. Okay, now I'm getting like an ad. Man, just show me what they look like. Okay, yeah, they're just like a vigilante in like a trench coat and a hat. They look cool. But I don't think they're like heavily armed, so maybe it's someone I could take out. That is actually probably a good idea. Is yeah, just try to take out the Silver Shroud and then run away. I think that's maybe what I'll go for, because Brotherhood of Steel, they probably got ranged weapons, but if we could take them out and then just bail, like there should be enough distance that Brotherhood of Steel, they probably can't move too fast in that bulky armor, so I like that idea. I think we'll roll with that. So, let me make a quick note. So, what did we figure out? What did I write down last? Okay, so here we hear voices/noises coming from inside. In the distance, we spot a Brotherhood of Steel Paladin escorting the Silver Shroud towards the radio tower. Okay, so that's where we're at. This is becoming a big thing now. Like, this radio tower started as kind of a nothing thing, and now we got all these factions involved. We got the Silver Shroud showing up, and we're about to take them out. And I would bet we can probably let them get close, because this Brotherhood of Steel Paladin probably assumes that there's this sniper on the roof kind of providing protection, and not that they got taken out. So I think we'll have a good chance to get a shot or two in before this starts going south. I like this. Okay, let's roll with it. So let me quickly add the tokens on the map, and then we'll kind of hop into a bit of combat. So Lilith, VRAM. I'm just gonna make the Silver Shroud just like a Wastelander. Like, I don't think they would have any crazy stats. Where's Wastelander? Yeah, we'll just make it like a Wastelander. Maybe that's a little unfair to them, but I don't know. They don't seem like they're that tough. And what was the other? Okay, so we thought a Brotherhood of Steel Paladin, right? Where are they? I said Paladin, didn't I? Why did I say Paladin? Those are the tough ones. They got the improved long laser rifle. Yeah, they're gonna be sniping me from across the map. This was a horrible mistake. All right, let's get some combat going. So, okay. Lilith and VRAM took out the sniper on the roof. They're on the top of the radio tower. The Iron Reaper flag still hanging and flapping in the wind. And in the distance, we see two figures approach over the hill. A Brotherhood of Steel Paladin, their big-ass armor, and we see them escorting none other than the Silver Shroud themselves. And so Lilith sees this as an opportunity to take out one of her many problems. She lines up her laser musket, waits till they're within range, and takes a shot at the Silver Shroud. Definitely takes aim as minor action. And I'm going to aim for the head. Just going to aim for the head, really. So I'm going to take an extra dice, and it's going to be an extra level of difficulty. Does Sniper have any useful weapons? Not really. They had, like, combat rifle and machete. So nothing super helpful. I assume they only have a defense of 1. Yeah, let me double check that's correct. But that seems pretty correct. Yeah, defense of 1. Armor just on their arms, legs, and torso. So actually none on their head. So maybe I could even see that they just have like a top hat on. Like a Stanzo brand fedora, and that's not going to really provide any protection from a laser musket. I did get 3 successes, so I only needed 2 to hit, so I do bank an action point. I guess I can re-roll because I did take aim. We can bank 2 action points. I'll take that. And then we fire away with 7 base dice. Okay, now I want to look up something. How does luck work with? Can reroll 1 luck point. Can reroll up to 1d20 or up to 3d6. That was a pretty good shot, but we're gonna have to actually enter initiative now. I was hoping we'd get a 1-hit kill, but that doesn't seem like it'll be the case. So they're walking up the hill, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a laser just shoots across the hills and open area right in front of the radio tower and hits the Silver Shroud right in the head. Boom. That's enough to do a critical hit, and they start... they're probably just phased, right? They're phased up? No, they're... let me see. What is the critical hit on the head? It's good. Yeah, you're momentarily dazed. Okay, I said phased. You lose your normal actions the next turn. Further, you cannot see clearly. Okay, so they're just kind of out for a turn, which is good. That's a good start. The Brotherhood of Steel Paladin immediately turns their attention up to the top of the roof that we're sitting at, and yells to the Silver Shroud, "Get down!" Waves his improved long laser rifle up at Lilith and takes a shot, absolutely spending an action point and taking aim as well. So Will they hit? Ooh, they got a natural 1. That's no good. And they did take aim, so they do get a reroll. That is 5 successes. Are you kidding me? They only needed 1, so they bank 4 action points. Oh my god. Improved laser rifle has a fire rate of 2, so they're gonna add 2 extra bullets. Trying to shoot at Lilth here. Where are they even hitting her? In the left arm for 8 damage. Oof. She does block 2 of it, but that is enough to critically hurt her arm as she takes 6 damage. So what? She was at 15, so she's down to 9 health. Ow! That's kind of messed up. And what sucks is that she was holding her laser musket, which I assume is 2-handed, so she kind of like has to drop that. It's now Lilith's turn. She will use her minor action to grab her laser gun out, because that will, I think that's 1-handed, with her other hand, and take a shot at them. We'll say that they're, well, that's only for close range. They're probably not within close range yet. This is our one shot. We have, if we don't take out the Silver Shroud now, it's like never gonna happen. So we've already started this initiative. We're just not in a great spot already. So maybe instead minor action, or maybe she'll just shoot again with the laser musket, and I'll kind of play it like I did earlier, where it's an extra difficulty. So we'll roll an extra action point and say that instead she needs 2 successes. Which we did get just for a base attack. We do get a reroll because she was aiming. So that's 3 successes. So that's +1 action point. She is going to be hitting him in the right arm. And let's see how much damage we do. This should be enough to finish up. 10 damage. So the Silver Shroud gets hit in the head, is dazed. The Brotherhood of Steel's Paladin is super quick to just, boom, point the white rifle up at Lilith, shoot her, hits her in the arm, but she manages to prop the gun up under her other arm, and even though it's a little shaky to shoot, she manages to land the shot right on the Silver Shroud's right arm, blasting it off, and the Silver Shroud falls to the ground. Let's go. Big day for Lilith. I mean, big day, you know, she lost some of her top companions and, you know, associates, but you know, this is, you know, take the good with the bad, and so here we are. So okay, that was her major action, minor action. Silver Shroud's turn, they're dead, so they just don't get a turn. Sucks for them. VRAM, does VRAM have any stim packs on them? Because Lilith needs some help. Nope, no health tools. That's good. No grenades, no real ranged weapons. So I think VRAM is just gonna start running away. Or I guess he's just gonna take his whole turn just starting to retreat. Just whichever the, you know, if the Brotherhood of Steel is coming from the north, we're just leaving to the south, trying to get away. And maybe one thing, I mean, let me look real fast, but I don't know if it's even worth trying to, like, slow down the Brotherhood of Steel Paladin. Like, we could try to, like, shoot him in the leg, or if you have to go up and try to chop at his leg just to knock him prone so we don't get chased. I don't know if that would be worth it, because this guy has, you know, power armor on, and that's kind of tough. That's a little tough to deal with. That's like, arms and legs, they have 6 physical damage resistance. So that means I would need a minimum of 11 physical damage to be done to even knock them prone for like a critical injury. But that's actually not true. Wait. Hold on. Because we got Slayer for VRAM, which says when you inflict any damage with a melee weapon, you may spend 1 luck point to immediately inflict a critical hit, and therefore on an injury, therefore an injury on the hit location. I think we need to use Slayer right now. I think instead of retreating, VRAM, this is gonna be tough. VRAM is gonna have to probably take a hit, because I think I'm saying that this Brotherhood of Steel Paladin is still probably pretty far away. So like medium range away, which I think would take their action. It would take VRAM's action to get there, and probably minor action to get there. But we can spend action points to get extra actions, and that's not something I do often, but I think this might be one of those scenarios to do that in. So what else? Yeah, I'll say that is that it takes all of VRAM's minor action and major action to move up to the Brotherhood of Steel Paladin, because they're still pretty far away. And then VRAM we're taking a bit of a gamble here, but I think this can work. We're not going to be able to take aim, but I'm going to spend how many action points is this going to cost me? Probably a lot. An additional major action costs +2 action points, and it has an extra difficulty. So we do have 4. Did my music end? My music ended. It's like it's quiet all of a sudden. So took all of VRAM's turns to get up to the Paladin. Spends 2 action points to get an extra action to swing the Buzzsaw. This is going to be at an increased difficulty, so we will spend an extra action point to get a 3rd, and we're not going to have a minor action to take aim. So we're really going off of what we roll here. We get 2 successes, which is not bad, but I don't think that's nearly enough for what we need. But let me see. The Paladin... Oh, surprisingly only has a defense rating of 1. But I guess I didn't explicitly say this, which is on me. I was aiming for their leg. Like, that was the whole point of me going up, is to try to knock them prone. So I guess that would increase the difficulty again. So I am going to need actually 3 successes, because it's +1 for the extra action and then +1 to aim. So I'm going to have to spend a luck point to reroll, and I need this to succeed. It's a natural 20. Oh no, VRAM. No, this is not going to be good for you, pal. Oh no. Okay. So I feel like complications don't come up too often. So I need to think of a good complication for this buzzsaw going off. Let me think. I'm also referencing the book, seeing if it mentions anything about complications. Breaking things, yada, yada, yada. Healing robots. This isn't what I want. Environment. Okay, this was not helpful. Damage effects, combat dice. Okay. Complication. That's tough. I guess I don't know what a good complication would be. Let me think on that for a second. I mean, it... Okay, I have a fun idea. Okay. So this was with VRAM's Buzzsaw attachment, right? So I like the idea that the complication is, because he almost got into the armor. So I like the idea that VRAM fires up his Buzzsaw, goes for the leg of the Paladin, manages to get the Buzzsaw, like, it cuts into the armor, but not deep enough to do any damage. And now the Buzzsaw is stuck in the armor. So I like the idea, because I was like, I don't want to make it like, oh, the Buzzsaw broke, because then that's like VRAM's main weapon. That would kind of suck. But I like the idea that maybe VRAM either gonna have to do like a skill check to pull it out, or this Paladin can take advantage of like this robot being stuck in his armor just to like kick it or something. So that's where we're at, is VRAM tries to saw off this Paladin's leg, and this Buzzsaw gets stuck in the armor. I think that's a pretty good complication. Okay, so it's back to the Paladin's turn. All right. So this guy's been not really shot at, but the person he was supposed to protect has already been just destroyed. But now they got this robot. And the interesting thing is they have the improved long laser rifle. That's like a tongue twister. Improved long laser rifle. There we go. Got it. I need to double check, but I feel like... So a medium at close. So I feel like, yeah, if he would probably try to use his rifle, but he's going to have an extra difficulty because VRAM's at close range. But maybe we'll say that difficulty is not there since VRAM is just stuck in his armor, so that makes it a little bit more easy just to like literally put the gun on VRAM's forehead and just blast. So I think that's what's gonna happen here. And we'll grab an extra dice, why not, just to make sure this hits. Definitely was taking aim. I didn't say that, but not really doing anything else with their minor action. There's 2 successes, and they only needed 1, so they bank an extra action point. They're going to be hitting VRAM in the arm number 3, which I don't know which arm has the buzzsaw attachment, but it might be arm number 3. I don't know if I had to specify that, or if that's just something... Let me see. I don't know if that is specified, like, oh, arm number 1 or whatever. I don't think it does. That might be, whatever. So arm number 3 is getting hit. They banked an action point. They're going to do some damage. This has a fire rate of 2, which means they're going to be doing 8 damage to VRAM. VRAM, please, 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 please live. Please live. There's no way we make it out of this fight if VRAM dies. Okay. 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 So... that's a lot of damage. And that's energy damage, which VRAM has 0 resistance to. So he's going to take an injury on arm number 3, take 7 damage, bringing him down to 2 health. Let me ask Mythic, was that the arm with the buzzsaw? I'm going to say likely, even though I really don't want it to be. It probably was. Yes, and we get a random event. Let's go, Mythic. This is just what I wanted right now when my two of my members have died and now my robot's about to get shot at. But we killed this over Shroud, you know. Random event. Inspect a representative. What does that even mean? Inspect a representative. Inspect a representative? A random event. Alright, well, now I need to think on this. So, there's so much going on. So, what? Let me double check the rules, because I don't know exactly what's going to happen with VRAM's arm. Critical injuries. I'm trying to see. Combat section. I just went right by it. Hold on. I'm looking. I feel like I know there's like a little thing somewhere about this. Just healing robots. Maybe that's what I was thinking. This is tough. We're not in a good situation. This is not good. Inspect a representative. I think that just means someone comes out of the radio tower hearing all the commotion, which is not good. Maybe just like, not another Brotherhood of Steel Paladin. Definitely not. Hopefully not. But just some random Iron Reaper member comes out to see what all the hubbub is. Now we got another person in the mix. We'll add them in at the next round of initiative. Okay, that's the Paladin's turn. Lilith is still far away. Her arm's jacked up. Not like in a good, like jacked, like messed up. This is not great. All we need to do is literally, I just need VRAM to do 1 damage to them, because then they could use Slayer and it would be fine. I think Lilith needs to run up to VRAM and repair his arm mid-combat so he can finish this. Because I don't think we're getting out of this unless Lilith shoots at the Brotherhood of Steel's leg and then makes them prone and they get away that way. We maybe should have just ran when we had the chance, but we're in this too deep now. Closest person to represent is the Paladin. Does VRAM notice something new about the Paladin it is fighting? That's also interesting. I don't know what that could be. Inspect a representative. It is just like a random event. It's not positive or negative. Inspect a representative. Yeah, I don't know. I like that idea, but do you have any suggestions on what that thing could be? I could always roll up like, I don't know, identity for a character. I don't know, personality. I don't know. We'll just see what this gets us. Character identity, healer, and information. Okay, so maybe, I mean, we could just, I don't know. We could say maybe this Paladin is some sort of like a medic. Obviously not on our side, so that's unfortunate because that's kind of what we would need right now. And maybe like more specifically like a robot medic as well. Like a mechanic and a medic. Maybe VRAM spots some tools on them that would help, but yeah, this is not good. What does Lilith have on her? Let me take a look here. So I need to double check. How do I repair robot injuries? Okay, it's a first aid action. So we'll say that I think Lilith is going to have to use her minor action to move towards VRAM and the Paladin, which I think they're probably close enough that she could do that with her minor action. We'll just say that they are. Goes up to VRAM and then has to do a repair check. I don't know. Yeah, as her action. Try to get VRAM in working condition. Do I spend an extra action point? Nah, we got luck on our side. We don't need that. Actually, wait, we might. I forgot he has extra injuries. So it's base 2, but it increases for +1 injury. So actually, I know I just rolled that. I don't like doing this often, but I'm gonna take that back. I was a little too quick to do that because I forgot he has extra injuries. I think we absolutely want an extra D20 because we need 4 successes to heal VRAM here. Okay, we got 1. It's a crit. So we use both of our luck points. We're at the end of our luck. If this goes down, this could be the end of VRAM and Lilith right here. That's 3 successes. We don't have any more luck points. This fails. Wait. We have the multi-tool, right? Reduces difficulty of repair tests by 1. If we didn't have that multi-tool, I think this run might have been over. The story might have ended right here. But thankfully, Lilith has a multi-tool that allows her to have -1 difficulty on repairs and lets her repair VRAM's difficulty. What does it say? Passing the test restores health points equal to the repair rating, or just treats an injury. So we'll treat the injury of arm 3, which is I think the one I said that has the buzzsaw attachment that got injured. Wow. Okay. This is nerve-wracking. It's now VRAM's turn. VRAM with a newly repaired buzzsaw arm. It genuinely comes down to this because I don't know if we live if VRAM messes this up. So VRAM will take aim with his buzzsaw. And we'll say, you know, the buzzsaw is still wedged in the paladin. They didn't really get it. Well, I guess they blew the arm off, so it probably would be released, so that's fine. But we'll still take aim. I'm also, for the first time, maybe ever, I'm going to buy an action point from the DM. Give them an action point so I can roll an extra d20, because this needs to hit. Okay, we got 2 successes, so that's pretty much all we needed. We re-roll because of our whatever. We took aim. I'm gonna spend a luck point to re-roll again. Okay, we got some extra successes. Okay, so the paladin only has 1 defense rating, so that means we bank 2 action points. Okay, this is a little nerve-wracking. And we hit them where? On the head. On the head. I think. Well, damn. I keep forgetting. We're specifically aiming for the leg, so that's why I was like, it's only 1 defense? No, we need 2. Because we're aiming for the leg, so we're trying to knock them prone. That's the whole thing we're doing. I keep forgetting. So, that was actually 2 difficulty, but we got 3. Banked an action point. VRAM will then go with the buzzsaw attachment. And I think, let me double check, but melee, you can just spend action points, right? But we don't. I guess I'm going to spend our last action point to just do extra damage. We're attacking their leg. Let me double check where we're at before I roll this, because this might come down to this roll. I just want to make sure I know what the stakes kind of are. I just want to know what the armor level is. So for the paladin we are fighting, we're hitting them in the leg. They have physical resistance of 6. So all we need to do, how much luck do we have left? We have 1 luck point left. We just need to do 7 damage. Or do some piercing damage as well. We just need 1 point of damage to go through. And I think then we win. But that's big if. Oh, we rolled bad. We rolled bad. Okay, wait. Well, there's still hope, but this is not looking good. Let me double check something real fast. I'm gonna also maybe have to do something that I've never done in the game so far. I'm really starting to get desperate here, if you can't tell. Hold on. Referencing the book in an absolute scramble. Okay, so I'm gonna spend a luck point to reroll some of those dice, because we did get 4 damage, but 1 piercing. I'm gonna reroll those 3. Okay. So here's where I was running into a little bit of an issue, right? So we did our 7 damage with 2 piercing. So that means it blocked 4 of it. So we did 3 damage, which is great. Brings him down to 17 health. We hit him in the leg. The slight problem is I need a luck point to use Slayer. But all characters have a trinket that they can look at to gain an extra luck point, and we'll say that VRAM, it has like a little, like, I don't know, like car, like something you'd hang from like a car mirror, like hanging off of one of his eyes, that's always kind of in his peripheral, but he's maybe never like fully aware of, not fully aware of, but like fully like paying attention to, but gives it some thought as he's doing this final attack to take down this paladin. He gets a little luck from that, and with that we spend that luck point for Slayer to inflict an injury on their leg, causing them to fall prone. Okay, so that's good, but we're not fully out of this yet, because it's back to their turn, and they basically, I think, are going to get 1 chance to try to kill us before we run away. And VRAM is looking really, really bad right now. He has 2 health left, and he just sliced this Brotherhood's leg. So I imagine they're going to be firing at VRAM. With an increased difficulty, they will be rolling an extra dice for sure. They just need, of course, they're taking aim. They're not doing anything else with their minor action. 2 success. Is that enough though? I don't know, because they're prone and what was the other thing? They're using a ranged weapon at close combat, which is that adds to the difficulty. But let me double check the prone thing. That was when you're prone, enemies at close range reduce the difficulty of attacks. So I guess prone doesn't really matter. So they do. Oh boy, this might be it for VRAM. Oh my god. No, not like this. Yeah, they're just gonna attack VRAM. That goes through. That it's 2 successes is what they needed. 1 for the defense, 1 for the extra difficulty. They're gonna do 2 extra damage shooting at their thruster, not the thruster. Oof. 6 damage. They have no armor there, so the thruster gets shot. This paladin on the ground, they're still fully healed, but they can't move. Kind of swings their gun around, points it at VRAM's thruster, even though it's kind of hard to get an aim because they're right there, shoots him, and the thruster sparks and explodes, and VRAM falls to the ground. Okay. How heavy is Mr. Handy Robot? Could I realistically drag it out? Could I drag VRAM with me? This isn't. It is Lilith's turn now. VRAM is down. I think let me double check if there's any actions that say anything like this. I mean, that's feels like a pretty specific thing, so I don't know if there's something for like dragging somebody. I mean, at this point, Lilith's not gonna do anything with her movement, so I imagine like if I use all of my movement to drag him, I'd only like maybe move half my normal movement. I think is maybe a fair thing to say. I don't know how heavy these bots are, but also it's like Lilith has kind of entered like adrenaline mode. Like 2 of her companions were shot earlier today. She's still not over that. She just sees VRAM just fall to the ground again. And this is probably, I don't think this is the first time VRAM's gone down, but this time seems a lot more serious and worrisome. And Lilith also has an injured arm. I forgot. But she can pull with one arm. She can just pull with one arm. So I think, oh boy. VRAM has a lot of stuff. According to this, VRAM has 161 pounds of gear on him because he had a bunch of like Brotherhood of Steel power armor from our last fight that we never got rid of. I don't know if Lilith could realistically drag VRAM out with one arm. I mean, she probably could a little bit, but how far could she drag him? And would it be enough to get away from the paladin? Let me just do like a strength test, right? That's like a thing I could do, right? An athletics strength test, which is Lilith's worst stat. Okay, so we'll see with the broken arm, we'll make this a difficulty 3 thing. I'm gonna buy an action point, and let's see if I can. Oh no, it might be over for VRAM. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I think this is... She take out the paladin now that he cannot move. She could take cover and shoot. Possibly. Possibly. But the thing is that those guys have... The power armor is so tough. Like, for his entire body, he has like 7 energy resistance. Like Lilith mainly has energy weapons. Let me double check. I need to pull back up. I don't know why I keep flipping away from the power armor dude. Where are they at? Raider, gunner. What? I can never find what I'm looking for. Yeah, they have 6, 8, and 5 energy resistance. So even with a headshot, they have 6 energy resistance. So I'd have to do minimum of 6 damage. I mean, piercing would help, but they still have 17 health. Lilith has a busted arm and is at half health right now. Just lost her companion. I don't know if she could take on I don't want Lilith to die. I didn't want VRAM to go down. Lilith thinks about it. She tries to, with her one arm, grab the just hunk of metal on the ground and drag it away, but this paladin is aiming his gun at her, about to take another shot. She realizes with her one arm that she just can't pull VRAM. She doesn't have the strength, she doesn't have the time. And so she leaves him. She leaves him and starts running away. She'll use, I guess she already did her whole turn, but it's back to the paladin now. We'll see what the paladin does, but I think might be kind of over for VRAM. Let's see. So the paladin's gonna shoot with their gun, of course, get an extra D20, taking aim. They are doing the old firing a ranged weapon at a close range, so their difficulty went up to 2, but they got 4 successes. They bank an extra action point. They do 8 damage. 6 damage hitting her in the right arm this time. That's 6 energy damage. She does block 2 of it, thankfully, so she only takes 4, bringing her health down to 5. So she tries dragging VRAM away with her one good arm. She doesn't have the strength. Meanwhile, this paladin sees what she's trying to do, aims his gun right at her right arm, blasts it, and weakens her one functioning arm almost to the point of breaking that one too. And yeah, it's back to Lilith's turn, and I think the only thing for Lilith to really do is just spend her minor action and major action just running away. She's got both of her legs still working, and she runs away. And I think with this guy being prone, he might get well, his range is medium. With the action, you can move medium. In the minor action, she'd be out of the range, so we'll let him get one more shot off at her, but it's going to be at some like big disadvantages here. He'll roll an extra d20. We'll say it's like plus, let's see what the book probably just tells me. There's a little chart for this that I was staring at earlier. So this is a medium ranged weapon. We'll say we're firing at the very least a long range, so it's going to be +1 difficulty. Definitely getting an extra d20 and taking aim. So he needs 2 successes to hit Lilith as she's trying to run away. He does hit her. Oh god, this could be it. This could be it. This is his last chance to shoot her. Hits her in the torso. How much damage do they do? She has no luck points. We have no action points. It's down to this. That's 8 damage. She has 5 health. Her armor blocks 2. That's enough to kill her. That is 1 point enough to kill her. Lilith falls to the ground as she's running away, almost out of range. She thinks she's safe, and she gets shot in the back and falls forward to the ground. Okay, well, I feel like this is the tragic story of Will's backstory. You may need to do a time jump to a better day. She rebuilds her crew and never forgets to stay. That would be cool. Okay. Well, I think this is where we're gonna wrap up here today. But I'll be honest, I mean, I really like these characters. I spent a lot of time making the characters and the factions and whatnot. So I mean, Lilith is knocked unconscious, but I don't think she's dead. I mean, she's one of the head members of a rival faction, right? So I don't think that if this paladin recognized her, he would maybe try to, like, you know, once he sees she's down, not just go over and finish her off, but like try to take her as captive. So I don't think this is the end of Lilith and VRAM, but this is their lowest low right now. They're not. I mean, VRAM's just a hunk of metal on the ground, and Lilith just got shot in the back while trying to run away. And you know what's even worse is like what's even more kind of messed up is I think Lilith could have made it out alive if she didn't try to go back for VRAM. I think that's the most tragic part, is she spent her turn going over to VRAM, trying to spend an action to drag him out, and then running away. If she would have just ran away initially, she would have had enough distance to be fine, I think. F to Lilith and VRAM. This is not how I expected this session to go. I was hoping, oh, we would finish up the whole radio tower story today. That's not even close to what happened. This is a very awkward place to find out you're streaming, especially in RPG. How's it going other than the death? Well, you know, maybe they're not fully dead yet. Maybe they're just unconscious, hopefully, surely. You know, it's going good. Hope you're doing good there, Christopher. I love to plot armor my player characters, honestly, as long as I like the story and characters. Yeah, and that's why it's like, I mean, at least with RPGs, like when you're fighting intelligent creatures, being knocked out doesn't always necessarily mean that you're gonna die. And especially, like I said, in this case, like if this Brotherhood of Steel paladin recognized Lilith and realized who she is, like he just wanted to, you know, knock her out to stop being a threat and then probably capture her, because that would be probably advantageous to them. So you can do Star Wars Suddenly Lilith and VRAM Return. I could. But yeah, I think I mean, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think I will at least end this session here and then kind of think about what I want to do. But let me know what y'all think. But I think right now I'm leaning towards at least Lilith not being dead, but she would definitely be captured if not. VRAM, he's just a robot, so like I don't know if they were gonna worry about bringing him back. I mean, at the end of the day, I could always, like, if Lilith did die or did get captured, like I could just play as one of the other Neon Maruaders that like is going to avenge their fallen leader and rise to be the new leader of the Neon Maruaders. Like that could be a thing, right? Like I don't have to ditch this whole setting and all these factions and characters just because the main duo died. But you know, that this is how it goes in the wasteland. It's bad out here, and I guess to be honest, this whole thing could have been avoided. Lilith didn't have to start this fight, but she dislikes the Silver Shrouds so much that she just had to shoot him. She just had to shoot him. And then it all went downhill from there. Man, oh man. This could have been avoided. But you know, that's what happens in the wasteland. It's dangerous out there, and we got Mythic as a DM. You never know what's going to be thrown your way. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Can always pull a Commander Shepard like a Mass Effect and some unaccounted for party saves them. That also could be. Because right now, I mean, the Paladin's down on the ground. They're prone. They're not really going anywhere. So, I mean, I don't think they're going to die. They were at 17 out of 20 health, so they were, like, still good, but just couldn't really move. Especially with that bulky armor. Like, I imagine getting your leg messed up. You're not moving anywhere quickly, but I mean, it seemed like there were other people on the radio tower. Paladin probably has some, like, radio equipment in the armor that they could, like, call for help. at least she took out the Silver Shroud. That was, I guess you could call that the silver lining of today's events. What she did take him out, so like she got her revenge. But I guess this is maybe a lesson on revenge, that it's not always worth it. It's not always worth it. Damn. Well, yeah, I mean, they'll make a VRAM 2.0. No one can replace VRAM. VRAM is VRAM. There's only one, dang it. And he's a hunk of metal on the ground right now, so that's not good. Prison Break from Brotherhood Steel sounds amazing. Either the entire gang dies or they win. I think that would be kind of fun. Like I said, I mean, I think it makes sense if this paladin recognized her. She's a pretty prominent faction leader, that they wouldn't want to finish her off and maybe, you know, capture her for secrets or use her as like a bargaining chip to get power in other places. So I mean, I think right now I'm definitely leaning towards Lilith isn't dead. VRAM is a robot. You could probably be brought back, right? But I think Lilith might be captured and be in a real tough spot where she's gonna have to prison break or something else. Yeah, I don't know. Have to figure it out. Just fight her way out, bargain her way out. Maybe, you know, maybe like pretends to give in and like join the Iron Reapers, and then like fakes being on the Iron Reapers until she could like break away from them or something. I don't know. I feel like there are some ways that this could go. I mean, I think there's a lot more options here. You know, my previous Fallout playthrough with Marbash ended in a pretty anticlimactic way with just getting like eaten by mole rats. And like mole rats, they don't care if you're a faction leader. They're gonna eat you. They're gonna munch you, and they don't care. So like that there was no real way out of that situation, unless like a third party comes in and saves the day. But I think here, all is not over, but all is not looking good. It's been a bad day for these two, for sure. Is there anyone who really want Lilith alive no matter what? That would want Lilith alive? I don't know. I mean, right now the Iron Reapers seem like they're pretty active at this radio tower, and obviously Lilith was trying to did capture it at one point. And so maybe they'll like want to interrogate her about what she knows about the radio tower. Maybe there's other secrets. Maybe, like I said, they want to use her as like a bargaining chip to get like, you know, we'll give you like, maybe we'll release her if the Neon Maruaders get out of South Boston or something like that. You know, maybe they try to, like I said, kind of like brainwash her to become part of the Iron Reapers. Maybe they just literally throw her in a prison and throw tomatoes at her because she and the Iron Reapers did not get along. I think it also I don't think there's a real possibility that someone saves her, like swoops in and saves her right now. I think it's more it's likely that she's gonna get captured and keeping alive at least for a little bit, maybe just to get info, maybe to use her as some, like I said, like bargaining chip kind of situation. I don't know where we go from here, but the future ain't looking too bright for Lilith and VRAM out here. I'll tell you what. Neon Maruaders, as bright of a gang as they claim to be, this is a dark day for the Neon Maruaders. I'll tell you that much. Dark day. Lost two of their top members, and now their commander in chief has been taken out of action, and their right hand trusty companion VRAM not flying so high anymore. So ooh, maybe they take VRAM for parts, but during the prison break you could take his memory chip back. I do kind of like that. What if I like I could do that and then like put him in like an iBot instead, is all I have like parts for, so then he like is more of just like a traveling companion and not one that can actually like help fight. That could be kind of fun too. I think, yeah, like I said, I think this is not good for Lilith, but it's not the end of this story. Like I said, either way, even if like Lilith gets thrown in prison and she gets killed or whatever, like I could pick up as one of the other Neon Marauders, or hell, I could even like switch sides and maybe, you know, play as the Iron Reapers and then start fighting the Neon Marauders. Like, I don't know, that could be kind of fun just to like switch factions. Like, I don't have to keep playing as the Neon Marauders, even though they're kind of my gang right now, but I can kind of do whatever. So I feel like this is an interesting pivotal point in the story of Lilith and VRAM. Definitely a lot more action than I anticipated for today. I thought it was gonna be pretty chill, just a lot of story stuff going on, figuring out the radio station and all that, which we did get some info about the radio tower and kind of what went on, but not as much as I'd like. It really seems like there's still a lot of mysteries with this radio tower, a lot of drama. Why was a paladin bringing in the Silver Shroud of all people? Like, what's going on there? When did the Iron Reapers start hiring out the Rust Devils to start protecting the tower? When did they team up? How long has that been a thing? You know, do they... it's a lot of questions. A lot of questions. And yeah, that's kind of, I think, where we're going to leave it today. I was planning for this to be around 2 hours, and we're pretty much there. And I mean, now seems like a good stopping point. So yeah, I'll definitely return to this again soon. Like I said, I think I want to return to this in like roughly like once a month increments. You know, it's been like 2 months since my last playthrough, so I want to do them a little bit more frequently than that. So I'll definitely give it some thought about how I want to proceed. But definitely, I mean, y'all in the chat gave me some great options now, and if you're watching this in the future or whatever, if you want to drop a comment about any ideas if you think what I should do or what would be more interesting to see or how it should play out, if you got any thoughts or opinions, let me know. I'd love to hear what you think and how the story of Lilith and VRAM will continue. And it seems like it might just be the story of Lilith going forward for a while, and then who knows, maybe VRAM comes back in some form or another. I mean, at the end of the day, like, Lilith's a pretty good robot mechanic. Like, that's kind of one of her main... She's a robotics expert. Intelligence is her highest stat, so, like, she knows how to fix robots and build robots. So I think, yeah, like what's the NGO brainer said, like, I could maybe, like, grab at least, like, the memory chip for VRAM and put him in a different Mr. Handy or rebuild this one, or... Yeah, so I think VRAM, as much as it does sound kind of messed up, he's pretty replaceable, like, at the end of the day. Obviously, you know, this Mr. Handy probably has, you know, its own personality and memories together with Lilith, but at the end of the day, it is kind of a robot, so, you know, we could probably just, you know, copy and paste, you know, VRAM's files over and it'll be maybe all the same, who knows? Both Fallout and Forbidden Lands are pretty prone to TPK while just hiking. Yeah. Man, this is... I mean, Forbidden Lands, I've been pretty fortunate so far. I haven't had too many bad encounters, but this has definitely been the worst encounter I've had. And there were so many... It was actually a pretty intense battle. Like, there were so many times it came down to, like, a dice roll just to keep going forward, and he kept, like, barely passing. And then VRAM, he had the little charm hanging on his eye that gave him the extra luck point to barely go through and slice the armor and all this other stuff, but all for naught. All for naught. But I think it was interesting, and a lot happened. And we'll have to see what happens when we pick up next time. Say if there is a raid to the Iron Marauders base while Lilith is being held prisoner, we can have a prison break episode. That would be interesting. Yeah, I'm curious how I'm gonna handle this, but I'm definitely, like I said, I'm definitely leaning towards Lilith isn't dead. She's probably captured. By whom and for what reason, still to be determined. But I do think some sort of like prison break or whatever does sound kind of like a fun angle, and then, you know, maybe while we're in prison, we start learning more about the radio tower and what's going on. You know, who knows? This could be also a thing, like, we could also, I think someone mentioned it earlier, in a way of doing like a bit of a time jump. I think Ina mentioned that earlier, where it's like maybe, you know, this whole battle knocks Lilith unconscious for like, she goes into a slight coma for like maybe just not super long, like maybe like a couple weeks, maybe a month. So she wakes up and like stuff is a lot different. Like, I mean, this whole playthrough has happened over the course of 2 days, with the battle in Boston, and then the radio tower raid, and then all the stuff in between the tower raids, and then now this. Like, this has all been over the course of 2 days. So if her injuries are bad enough where she's unconscious for like a couple of days, couple of weeks, and then she wakes up and she's in prison, that way, you know, she's in a different location, then also time has passed that, like, a lot of events have transpired outside of, you know, whatever she's been up to. So I think there's a lot of interesting ways the story could go, but let me know what you think would be cool or interesting. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. We'll have to think on this over the next couple weeks before I return to this. But yeah, this was quite the Fallout Friday. Definitely, like I said, not the way I anticipated it going, but yeah, I like how I started this whole thing thinking, oh, what if like the flag outside was just like a prank and Ghost and Circuit just like put it up as a joke, and then this went just not that direction at all. And imagine if that one mythic dice roll would have said that they were fine, we wouldn't be here. That's just how it goes when you got Mythic as a GM. She goes into a coma and there's a new leader and you have to take back the faction. That would be really cool too. Yeah, I think like I kind of like the idea of a little bit of time passing just so like stuff like that could happen. I think would be pretty fun. Yeah. Or like, yeah, maybe like the Iron Reapers, you know, take over the Neon Maruaders, or maybe the Neon Maruaders, like, yeah, I don't know. There could be a lot. That's, yeah. Okay, I'll have to think on this for a bit, but yeah, that was quite the day. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up here for this Fallout Friday. Lilth and VRAM not doing too hot, probably at their lowest low right now, but maybe the light will shine for the Neon Maruaders at some other point. But right now it's looking real dark for this ragtag group of raiders. So yeah, well, like I said, I want to return to this a little bit more frequently, not like a couple months gap in between each episode. So I'll try to do it like kind of once a month. But yeah, I'll definitely start giving this some thought about how I want to proceed. And yeah, let me know what you think would be interesting or cool or sounds fun. And yeah, pick back up on this next time. I really enjoy your solo RPG series. Really fun to watch good references for my own solo plays as a beginner. Glad to help. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, it's one of the reasons I do it, because I definitely learn best from watching people play board games, RPGs, whatever. So I'm glad I can put some stuff out there that's hopefully entertaining, and yeah, you can, you know, learn from it to how to play some of these systems and games. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna wrap up here today. So thank you so much for tuning into this Fallout Friday stream. This is not the best stream for these characters, but you know what? I had a good time. Leave a like if you enjoyed this stream. I will be back on Sunday for Solo Gaming Sunday, where I'm going to be playing IST. I got it literally on my desk right next to me. Look, here are the books. I've been playing it over this last week. It's really cool. So I will be playing that, trading in space. I know, going back to the space banks, it's always going to be a good idea. But that's what I'll be Sunday. So hopefully I'll see you there. And that's pretty much all I got for today. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of your Friday or whatever day it is where you are, and have a good weekend, and I'll see y'all on Sunday. I think if I go to stream ending, it's gonna be Palm Island. Oops, that's not the game. I'm gonna have to fire someone over that. Oh, and I didn't even play my outro music. We gotta play the outro music. Okay, there we go. But thanks so much, everybody, for popping by, and I will see you all next time.